Peace and blessings, YouTube. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy, Ancient African Wisdom for the Modern Sister. So gather around, kiddies, gather around. No, story time? No, not really story time, but or kind of story time, because they all really story times, aren't they? But did you see the title? The title said, He Ain't Coming, okay? He ain't coming. He ain't coming. So a lot of my live streams are based on my consultations or the things or my own life. Most likely it's my own life, but the consultations always reflect my own life. The consultations always reflect my own life. That's why I think as readers, why readers are so good at what they do, the ones that are, because if they're truthful, they're understanding that anybody that sits before them, whether that's on the phone or in person, is actually themselves. And that's why they can give such great advice, because usually they're giving their advice to themselves based on something they've been through or they're going through or they might be going through in the future. Believe it or not, you could actually give advice about your own future, because if you look at your past and you look at your present, then you know where you're going in life. So it's not really hard to read your future. Look at your present, and that'll tell you about your future. Unless you change the present state of mind, body, spirit, or spirit, mind, and body, because we're African, you're going to have some of the same results. So he ain't coming. I'm going to go back. You'll know in October, I'm doing my 21-day intensive, and it's all about relationships. I see so much heartache from queens about either they're waiting for the one, they're lonely, as they say, because they don't have the one. I don't think you're lonely because you don't have a partner. Okay, I think you might don't have a partner because you're lonely. I don't think you're lonely because you don't have a partner. I think you don't have a partner because you're lonely. And I don't even think I think the alone thing, once you stop feeling alone and understand what alone is and how you can utilize it for your good, you may not want another person, or at least this, you can want, but you won't need. And that's what I'm getting this point across, because when you think you need it, you lose your power. You relinquish your power from the moment that you need to have anything, a desire, yes, a necessity in a way, yes, a privilege, right? Yes, a want, but not a need. And I'll tell you, he ain't coming. So I guess sisters that say, I've been with my man for many years, and I've been really changing. I changed my diet and I do more spiritual work with myself, but he doesn't want to do it. But I'm just going to be patient, because it's been 7, 8 years, but I think he might be coming around. He ain't coming. Okay? I'm not saying this in all cases, that there's not situations where the man totally changed. He changed because he wanted to change, not because you wanted him to change. He ain't coming. He only coming because he needs to come. He wants to come. It has to be for him. He ain't coming. What about, I really want to move, or Spirit told me, you're doing the spiritual work. Spirit told me. Spirit said, hey, Lisa Marie, or hey, Nicole, or hey, Deborah, right? You need to move. You need to move from the state. You need to go here. And he go, nah, but wait a second. What about my family and all these things? And you wait and you wait and you delay it. He ain't coming, okay? He ain't coming. If he does come, he's coming begrudgingly, and that ain't going to be good energy or good mojo. What I need you to know, and what about those? Oh, I'm waiting for the one. I'm waiting for the one. You're the one that you've been waiting for. He ain't coming. The one is not coming, ladies. He ain't coming because it's inside of you. When you feel so good about yourself, there is no other one but the one most high. Now, everything else that comes is not the one. It is the one next to you. It is the one beside you. It is the one behind you. It's the one in front of you. It is many ones. It is out of many one. But the one, no, you're looking for the wrong thing. Companionship asks for that. Somebody, I didn't know why. Why do you want companionship? Because if it's to fill a void, if it's to save you, if it's to rescue you, if it's to take care of you, if it's to support you, if it's to, again, protect you, I don't think another human being can do that. I think we're putting way too much on the men to save, protect, because a lot of them cannot do it. Do you understand? They cannot do it. Not that they don't want to do it. They never saw how to do it. They didn't learn how to do it. They don't want to do it. They can't do it. And it's not that they're wrong. It's not that they're bad. You're sometimes putting on unrealistic expectations on the person that's a target to your interest. So I'm not saying somebody can't do it. I'm saying, first of all, why do you want it? Because if you got somebody that's going to take away the pain, then that means they have power over you. And you really don't want that because you get yourself in trouble. I got a sister that says, hey, I'm in a financial situation. I want to get with this brother. He's going to help me get out of my financial situation. No, he's going to own your financial situation. And he's going to own you. You don't want that. You always want agency over yourself and over your own body. A lot of us, when we're searching for the soulmate, searching for the male, searching for the thing, we're really searching, we're wanting to escape from ourselves. We think that that's going to fix all of our issues, our issues of healing, our issues of abandonment, our issues of insecurity, our issues of low self-esteem. He ain't coming. There's somebody in your life right now that you hope and you pray and you want him to be the one. You want him to step up. You want him to take over. You want him to make the decisions. He ain't gonna do it. That's what you do. And that's the way, that's what how you came into the world to do. And you're going to get mad at him because he ain't going to be able to do it. He cannot do it because it's not him. That's not what you really need. You don't need somebody to take care of you. You need to take care of yourself. You need to learn how to do that. And when you do, all you will meet is people that know how to take care of you. Take care of you is know who you are and what you need. But if you don't do it, if you don't learn you, a lot of us want to do the work and we don't want to do the work. We want somebody else to do the work for us emotionally. That's not going to happen. I'm just saying, I'm 51 years old. I just want you to know he ain't coming. A lot of the things you want to do, you're going to have to do and know either you're going to have to accept he ain't coming and be okay that you're going to do it all. You're going to have to accept emotionally that he's not coming. Or you're going to say to yourself, you know what? That's not what I really want. I don't want him to rescue me. I don't want him to protect me. He can't do it. What I want is to feel protected. What I want is to feel taken care of. What I want is to feel loved. And then the universe will say, well, you have the power to do that. You are so much taking away your own power when you're waiting for somebody to do something that you know. What about the sisters? I'm talking to you. What about you know he ain't going to do that? You know he don't want to move, or you know he's not going to take care of you, or you know he's not going to get that extra job, or you know he's not going to save or rescue the situation. You know that, but you're still staying. Why are you wasting your life and your time? You got to know when you stay too long. You got to know when you stay too long. Oh, I'm changing and spiritually. I know us as women, we want it like he's good brother, or he's a nice brother, or he has potential, or he's not good at all, but you still want him to be this thing. What are you looking for? You looking for your father? Your father, the father that should have played that role, that should have made you feel protected, that should have made you feel good about yourself and thought you were beautiful. He can't fill that space. Your father didn't do it, but he can't do it either. So when we're going out and we're looking, like I hear people telling, I just really want that monogamous partner. I just really want that. But do you really? I mean, I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying, why do you? Why do you want that? What can you not? Because the moment you provide that feeling for yourself, attracting somebody else is easy. The hard work is doing the work. The hard work is knowing that you have it all, and whatever you don't have, only you gonna be able to get it and give it to yourself. I'm telling y'all, like I lived and I see. I mean, there was so much that I expected. A man is, I know people say, well, my daddy took care of my mama, and my daddy did this. Okay, that was nice. Guess what? He ain't your daddy, and he can't do that. So what happens when you realize you with somebody that ain't your daddy, that can't do nothing like your daddy, wasn't raised like your daddy, don't have it like your daddy? What you gonna do now? You gonna make him be your daddy? He can't do that. He ain't coming. Some of the things you're gonna have to do in life, he ain't coming. You got to come. You got to be the one. You got to know, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna waste a lot of years making him and wishing that he could be something that he is not. You're going to waste a lot of time, a lot of effort. You're going to put in a lot of hours trying to make somebody be something that they're not. If you gone, if you moved on in your mind and your heart and your spirit, if you moved on in your spirit and your mind and your heart, then move on physically. Move on. Move on and keep going. There's more for you. There's more waiting for you. And it may not necessarily be the one, but it'll be you waiting for you. Do you understand that there's a side of you that's waiting for you? A side of you that wants to return to you and wants you to return to it? Do you understand your higher self is calling you, but you thought you got the call, he didn't get the call. But you thought that maybe the call was for him too, so you thought you relayed a message to him. He ain't getting the call. You got the call. You woke up in the morning. You took that sea salt bath. You sat out in the sun. You got the call. He didn't get the call. So you think because you got the call, it's the call the call ain't for him. The call's for you. So how are you going to take that call and move forward with that call? I know because I stayed in so many situations, jobs, relationships, where it was clear that this person, I wanted that person to be everything that I thought a man could be or should be or what I thought that person should be. I wanted to him to get the call because I got the call, but he didn't get the call. And if he don't get the call, he ain't coming. So I know you're afraid. I know you say, oh, but it's not normal to be alone. Who says you're going to be alone? That's a feeling inside of you. How do you fix that? How do you make that better? I remember when I was at a conference, and I forget who the speaker was at this point, but some sisters had asked them, what if you have gone along your journey and you are, doing your healing work and you moving forward and you feeling different about life and everything's changing, but your partner won't go with you. I was so surprised to hear a man say, he said, leave him. He ain't coming. He ain't coming. And that's hard. This is for somebody. Somebody is wasting years. Minutes, days, hours, years. Somebody has wasted years waiting for him to come. Wasted years of your time trying to see. I find that most men, when they come into a relationship, the way they came in is the way they leave. In other words, most men, not all, some men are false and some men show you a side and then you see the other side. Most men, what you see is what you get. When you met them, you knew they wasn't coming. When you met them, you knew they wasn't for you. When you met them, you knew they couldn't do what you needed them to do or thought they should do or hoped that they would do. Most men say, I haven't changed. I'm the same person you met, and they ain't lying. That is the truth. Why are we not listening? Why are we not listening to our spirit? Why are we ignoring? Why are we not seeing? Why are we trying to, man I dated has always came in the way he left. He ain't never been different. It's been me. Oh, maybe if I could, and maybe if I should, and maybe one day, girl, you can get him with the poontang. Oh, girl, you can get all this advice from women that are not good advice. Food, yeah, he'll be happily eating your food and happily enjoying your poontang, but he still ain't coming. He ain't gonna come. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're the one you've been waiting for. Everything else comes after that. The loving of ourselves. And I see this whole thing with the daddy thing. That's why, y'all, I'm doing the next intensive. It's Abandonment Issues. It is $87. I extended the $87 early bird price because then it's going to $97 and then $147. It starts September 9th. Buy it now. In October, we're doing the relationship one. And it's going to say, he ain't coming. And I think a lot of us, maybe it's the idea of the so-called Jesus story. And, Jesus came, Jesus is coming back. And you're still waiting for Jesus to come back. You're still waiting for God to come back. You're still waiting for that holy, divine, higher spirit, that higher self to tell you it's okay and that you're going to be forgiven, you're going to be protected, you're going to be loved. I think it's dangerous. You are protecting yourself. The divine most high, he ain't got to come back because he and she ain't never left you. Do you understand that the truest divine has never left you? So they ain't got to come back. They're always with you. You got to get to know that. Or how many more days, how many more hours, how many more minutes, how many more years are you going to waste hoping that Jerome, gonna get it? He ain't a bad person. He just ain't for you. And it's not that he's not into you. He's as into you as he possibly can muster up for himself. That's another thing, women. You think, oh, he doesn't love me. What's wrong with me? Ain't nothing wrong with you. He can't do what I need him to do. He can't do what he even said he was going to do. He said it because you wanted to hear it. It ain't you. You're not, it's nothing wrong with you. You're not, you are on a path and you stepped on it when you said, I'm going to get up early. You said when I'm going to take a bath. You said when I'm going to wear my crystals. You said when I'm going to change my diet. You stepped on it. What you thought? You thought you was going to stay in the same place with the same people? You can't do that. That's not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to the other person. Let them go and be free because some other woman would be very happy with them. Some other woman is on that same place and that same time, and that ain't a bad place. It just ain't the place where you are. But you want to hold on because you don't want nobody else to have them. That's not fair. Is that fair, y'all? Let him go. He ain't coming. But the one that may come, or the ones that may come, are going to be way better. Way better for you. Not better than him, better for you. There's more waiting for you. Every time you have an idea, a thought, can you imagine if intuition, we heard intuition and we followed it immediately? Most of us don't because we waiting for Jerome. Like, Jerome, hey, Jerome, come on, Jerome. Why are we trying to convince Jerome? Jerome happy where he is, but you're not. So what you going to do about that? All right. So I think for us, we have to really go deeper and think about what is this abandonment issues and how is it affecting our lives? This time on earth is so small. Move fast, go fast, leave fast, leave now, move forward. It's okay. You're not hating. You're not disliking. You're not disrespecting. The only person you hating, disliking, disrespecting is yourself when you don't honor the calling that the divine, the universe has put on you and your heart. You know that. I want to inspire you to go out there and move and go get it. And it's going to feel so good because you know what you're going to have back? Your power. And if you ain't operating from your power, then you're operating from fear. And you can't fear that you're going to be alone, fear nobody else going to want you, fear that you're a certain age. You got a purpose in this life, and you got to go get it. It's very important that we have that. I think about Harriet Tubman and married to the brother of Tubman that she was married to. Remember, he stole her money and all kinds of stuff. She didn't say, oh, Lord, I got to stay with him. She said, I got to go because I got to free my people. She had a higher mission, and you got to have one too. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to stand up. If you are interested in the next intensive, it's only $87 early bird special. It's called Healing Abandonment Issues. That's September. October is going to be called The Truth About Relationships. You're the one. And I'm going to put that up today, too. We're going to do an early bird. I'll put it up this week. And we'll do an early bird special in October. Let's just do this so we could really move into ourselves. I'm even tired of this, this utopia of this relationship when the relationship is with you. And then all the other ones will be beautiful because you're so beautiful inside, because you're following spirit. Why would spirit give you a calling? Why would spirit give you a directive and leave you out there in the cold? Like, that don't make sense when you really think about it. Where do we gain so much fear? Where do we gain so much? It's all around us, and I want to help us release it. I want to release it, and I want to help you do the same. He ain't coming, y'all. He ain't coming. He ain't coming with you. He ain't coming for you. He ain't coming. And he damn sure ain't coming through you. It's you. That's who it is. Let me see who's on this morning. Hey, Yasmin, she said, laugh out loud. Hey, Yasmin says, truth. Yes, thank you. Celeste B says, grand rising. Glad to finally catch you live. Thank you. Narc Alert says, hello. Who do you love? I love it. Peace, queen, to you, too. Hey, Camille, greetings, sis. Imago Ari says, greetings, or hey. Virtuous Valuables, greetings, Lisa. So true. Talk to Ting's sisters. Yes, Mom, yes. Peanut Jelly 9 says, if they show you, believe it. Yes, ma'am. Poor advice. I'm sorry, Peanut Jelly, but I think it's some really decent advice. Okay, looking for a savior. Oh, yeah, I got what you're saying. Thank you. I see what you're saying. That's why I can't take marriage advice from folks. I had someone say, wait for him, please. I know. I hear you. Hey, Medusa, can you please speak a bit on releasing an ex from your energy after a breakup? Yes, I'm struggling with this. I'm so glad, Medusa, you got me. We right here. Let me tell you why in a minute. Dandelion says, hey, I knew you were here this morning. Spirit speaking through you says, thank you. Peace, Queen Rasheen. How are you, darling? 12. Oh, Rasheen, I miss you, Miss Murphy. You know I know who you are. So Yeah, poor advice, right? When people say that, I give it to you. So this is why I can't take. Okay, can you please speak a bit on releasing an ex from your energy after a breakup? So yeah, so this is why. This is why I'm definitely. I'll talk about it here, of course. But this is why I'm doing the healing abandonment issues in September, and then I'm doing the relationship issue in October. And it's a reason that I set it up that way. See, the idea of that person that's in our life right now that we broke up with, but it's hard to release the relationship because I see it with my sister, I see it in my group. I mean, we're hurting when women, because we love deep. Oh, is it love? See, this is the question. Let's talk about the root cause. Is it love? What is love? How do we learn? We learn love from our mothers and fathers. Well, how well did they do? So the first thing is a lot of us say, I can't let him go, even though I physically let him go, because I loved him. Let's question that. Did you want him to love you? Were you lacking love? Did you feel loveless? Because that's the real thing. But maybe it wasn't love. Maybe it was hopefulness. Like, he's got to be the one. Maybe it was desperation. Maybe it was a feeling, a void within yourself. So when you start identifying, was it even love? It's going to take that sting off just a tad bit. Not only did you might not have loved him, you probably didn't even like him. You probably didn't even like him. So that's number one. Number two is start thinking about why you left or he left you. Think about why you're not with the person anymore and be honest with yourself. And start thinking of, if we got back today, would the same stuff be happening? Would the same unhappiness come upon you? Would the same stress and strife coming to your life? Remember the not, because you probably remembering the good, remember the bad. The other thing is, yes, we do have a karmic connection. It doesn't have to be forever. We do have a womb to, in a sense, penis connection, which we know is real. It's a spiritual connection. Spiritual doesn't always mean good. It means connected. It means tied together on something that is more than just physical. Some people of us, it wasn't even good physically. It wasn't a good sexual relationship. None of that. It was a terrible sexual relationship, but you're still physically tied into, which is really spiritually tied into the person. So the thing you have to do is, that's when you start doing some work of cutting cords, taking seesaw baths, sitting in nature, sitting in the sun, releasing. And then I'm going to say something very basic, but very mundane, but it's so real. Take a vacation. Get away. I know a lot of times you get away and you start thinking about, well, I miss him, or I'm all alone on this beautiful vacation in this beautiful island, and all I do is think about Jerome. But like, the idea is Jerome probably ain't thinking about you. And I think that it's not a harsh reality, it's a true one. And it's reality. So the reality is like, wow, you know what? Jerome wasn't really checking for me or feeling me. And really it was okay, because deep down inside, it was just a reflection of me and not really wanting him either. A lot of times when your man breaks up with you, or a man doesn't want you, or he just doesn't want to be monogamous, but he still want to be your friend, to me, it actually, I'm going to be honest with you, it's really you not really wanting him for the right reasons. You want him, again, to save you, to rescue you. You don't really want him to, because you're not coming whole. How he going to come whole? So he's just feeling that reflection. So in a lot of ways, give thanks. In a lot of ways, give thanks. Send him loving vibes and say, I want to thank you for leaving me. I want to thank you for not seeing me. I want to thank you, because he didn't see. How he going to see something you can't see? We want our men to see something within us that we can't even see within ourselves. That's not fair, and that's just not going to work. So when you can't see it, he dang sure ain't going to see it either. So it's a lot, and it's a lot of cord, really doing meditations to release the cords. But just go through those three things and be honest with yourself. Don't blame and don't be mad. He did you a favor, because he said to you in his way that you don't know he said it, because he don't even know he said it. Do you, boo? In the words of Maya, I don't even watch her videos, but do you, boo? Do you really find out about yourself? But no, we want to be like, well, and I can fix him, and, he really was a nice guy. Okay, but he wasn't nice enough for you. He could be the greatest guy in the world. So stop rationalizing his goodness and start rationalizing yours. Rationalize your goodness. Rationalize what's as good inside you, but not to say, well, he missed out on this. He had this good woman. He's a fool. He ain't gonna never have nothing good. I put a spell on him. He wrong. No, wait a second. Well, let's not do that, because in the actuality, you wasn't in it and he wasn't either. You wanted something else, and that's why it didn't work out. But you can get that thing that you say that you want. It's so in you. It takes time and space, and you have that. You just don't know it. We're doing in our Ancient Beauty Ritual, our current 21-day intensive, we're doing a media fast, and we're also you eating more raw. I'm doing all raw. It starts making you how much time you really do have, and we've given it away for so long that we don't even know we have it. You have so much, but you expect so little. And you really, it's not that you expect little from other people, that's the reflection of you. You expect so little from yourself. You don't expect the best from yourself. But you want to expect the best from somebody else. It's not fair. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to your trajectory. It's not fair to your divine purpose. It's not fair to your future life. It's so not fair. It's not fair. I hope that helped. I hope I got something in there for you you could use, darling. I hope so. Celeste, yes. Okay, she feeling you. Dandelions, put that love into self. Yes. Black said what? Good morning, sister, and good morning. So needed today. Thank you. True. Love is love of self. Yes, yes. The dandelion is absolutely, Camille. Yes. Take those lessons, Ashe. Dandelion is my Aunt Ra says so true. Women fall easily because of our emotions, and men are less emotional, which allows them to be more logical and realistic. So it's easier for men to move on. Let's talk about that, because I think this is a very important point, my Aunt Ra, and I want to talk about that. Camille says, when we truly love ourselves, we will accept others for who they are and not for who we wish them to be. We can accept them, but we don't need to be with them, because I just want to say that. I don't want acceptance to be, so therefore, he ain't for me, but I accept him. I don't know. Miss Vine Truth says, I don't like him. Yes. T. Outlaw says, very good advice. So true. Thank you. Camille says, yes, says, great lesson. Says, thank you. Oh, yeah, right. Says, oh, I'm late. Nope, you right on time. My aunt, you say women are more emotional. Okay, I agree. I'm going to tell you, but what are those emotions supposed to be used for? Why are those emotions built within us? I don't think it's to be with somebody that don't want to be with us, or be disillusioned. I don't think the Creator would make us emotional creatures and make us blind. You understand? Like I can't, because I think there's this thin line. Like I think we're crossing it over and over. Emotional is our ability to take care of our offspring, to allow them to procreate again and again and again. That's a feeling. So we give the ninny, we give our breast to our offsprings in order for, and we feel that's a feeling. We have to want to do that. Has to be built in us. I think it's just a survival of the race that our emotions are here for. I don't think it's here to be put down or be a disillusion. I just know that women are too smart. Women are too smart. Our emotions should lead us to the goodness within inside ourselves. Our emotion should lead us to the best places. I think we're emotional because we're intuitive. I think emotions and intuition are one and the same. That's why they say they call it women's intuition. They don't call it male intuition. Not that men don't have it. I'm just saying it's a woman's intuition. That intuition is actually feeling. When you intuit something, you have to, something don't feel right. Or, I walked in that room, that energy was off. Women say that. That's a woman's thing, that she's checking information. So I don't think the emotional, not moving on, I think that we can do that well. Think about it. If you walked in the room and you had your child and you felt there was danger in that room to your child, you're going to move your butt on right fast. You're going to move on right quick. I think it's the part of us that is abandoned, the part of us that was abused, the part of us that never learned to love ourselves. That's that part. We call it emotional. No, that's a hurt person. And that person can be healed and she can find her way again. That's the difference. I think our emotions are compasses and leading us always in the right direction. So it's not the emotions, I believe. I mean, I like where you're going, but I have to say, I'm just going to let Spirit take over. Spirit said it ain't the emotions. So but thank you. I mean, I hope that helped you. And also, yeah, the accepting people for who they are. I see that a lot in our community. I see that a lot in general. And I think that we think, well, he's not that great, or he's angry. he has anger issues, or he withdraws, right? Or he blames me for everything. But I got to stop making him try to be what I don't want him to be. So I'm going to accept that behavior. You can never accept negative behavior. You can accept that that's who he is and move on because he ain't coming. But you should never accept negative behavior from a spiritual perspective. Oh, spiritually, his negative behavior has nothing to do with me. If it's pointed at you, it's going to have something to do with you. So you should never accept negative behavior when it's put out towards you. That's called abuse. And a lot of abusive women say things like that. Well, you know what? He just angry. That's just the way he expressed himself. He just, he's excitable. Like we start making up words. I'm not saying excitable is not a word because it is, but we start making up ways to describe negative behavior. Let's be careful. Let's be careful. Accepting doesn't mean I need to be with you. Accepting, matter of fact, if you truly accepted it, you leave. If you truly accepted it, you run. If you were truly accepting of negative behavior, you would not stay in it. The fact is, you're not accepting of the behavior. You're trying to make it something else when you know good and well what it is. And it might not be personally against you because people have their own issues. They came in, but it doesn't matter. I don't care if he personally don't like me. If he's screaming, I don't like you, or he's putting his hands on me, I'm going to take that personally. Personally move myself out of the situation. So I just want us to be careful in the spiritual world of not making everything okay to the point we get knocked upside the head and we say, but just pray, Jesus will save him. But when? After he knocks you upside your head? After he kills you? After he takes your life? You still waiting for Jesus to come to save him? I got clients that are going through this, so I'm just trying to tell somebody because somebody need that today. They sitting there rationalizing poor behavior. You can't do that, Queen. You got to get out. He ain't coming. He ain't coming. And I need you to hear that. This is straight from spirit. So don't sit in behavior calling it spiritual. It ain't spiritual. If you're being abused, you must run. You must leave quickly. You got to move. All right. I hope we got that. I hope that came through. Yes. Very good. I said so true. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. You said that. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Vine and Roses. Yes. Medisa says thank you. You're very welcome, ladies. Ladies, I'm going to tell you something. This is good what you're getting. You should invest in yourself and take a course. You need to get around other women that can help you as well. It's not just me. You need to find communities that stop telling us to stay in an abusive relationship. Or it's not even some of our relationships are so quote unquote abusive. They're not coming. That was what Spirit wanted me to say because somebody is being abused right now. And we know that. Probably know somebody. It might be us. It might be you, right? But I'm also talking to the woman who is rationalizing, but he's such a nice guy. But your spirit said go. Like your spirit said that he ain't going to change. And I've had some nice guys, like really good people, but we ain't going the same place. And I rationalize his niceness as a reason to stay. But in actuality, I've never been happy when I do that because the Spirit put the calling on me and told me. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all want to step into a spiritual realm? You want to step into a spiritual life? Are you willing to do as Spirit tells you to do? When Spirit tells you to do, I got to tell you, all my life, I haven't been. I fought what I knew. How you going to get up every morning and not listen? It's kind of funny, right? It's like, wait, did I just get up every day and be like, nah, but what if Jerome could change? Jerome, why you not changing? He ain't changing, okay? He ain't coming. He ain't coming. Hey, BB. Hey, Shirley, goodness, you just spoke my truth, the nice guy thing. Oh, yeah, because all of it ain't like this showing up as like this brute, this abuser. Some show up like he came in himself. He's going to leave himself. But what happens when you keep growing? You're going, oh, my God, I learned more. And now I learn more about myself. And guess what? And then, wait, what happens when you truly start loving yourself? And you be like, oh, my God, so I've retracted this relationship when I wasn't loving myself. So no matter if he's a good guy or not, I attracted something that I was lacking that I thought he could give me. But now that I learned that only I could give it to myself, only I could have given it to myself, guess what? ooh, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Like, I don't think we came together for the wrong reasons. I'm sorry, but don't be. We're all here to evolve, and we're all here to grow. I think the hardest part too is women letting that kind of nice guy, or that, I don't. When I say nice guy, I'm just talking about the one that you've outgrown, or he's outgrown you. Sometimes they outgrow you too because they realize you don't really you want all these things. You know, when a man walk away, be like, you always asking for something. You want me to do this and work a job, but then you want me to stay home and give you flowers. You want me to take you out to dinner, but then you don't want to go out. You want to, and you know, men be so confused. I don't blame y'all, man. You'll be like, I am confused. Like, I'm out of here. You know, she asking for too much. It's not that you're asking for too much. You're asking the wrong person. That's what it is. So you're frustrating him too. So I think everybody could be happier if you release. But I know that it's ego, it's fear. Oh my God, he's a nice guy. Like, I'm stupid. Oh my God, okay, he's boring. He's dead, so he ain't going to the same place. He don't have no enthusiasm. But you know what? He's a nice guy. And then we keep him. But in actuality, he could be a nice guy to somebody else. Okay, how do you feel about that? Does that make you feel away? Does that make you feel away? It's okay. You're a woman. You feel away. You don't want nobody else to have what you could potentially have that you could have worked out with because you thought you should have worked out with, but you couldn't really work it out. But you want to work out because you want to believe you can work it out. Can you let the brother go? I know it's difficult because you're going to be alone, right? Fear of all fears. Not. If the universe, God, Goddess, and Divine took you to this place because they called you on the spiritual phone, I believe that you'll go further. So we have to, I think what I love about my intensives is we draw strength from each other. I ain't always the strongest one. They may, my course may not say that. I can see because I'm allowing myself to see, but if I can't move, then seeing ain't all that great, okay? It's like I can see, but I can't drive the car. I can see, but I can't drive. So I can't go nowhere, but I can see it, but I can't get there. Got to get there. So I love the community that I'm creating. I love the community that has been created. I love these sisters. This ancient beauty ritual, it's the bomb diggity. Because we can't do social media, you know, only me. This is my work and this is my love. I'm loving it. We have to, the sisters are actually doing live streams on the group page. So first of all, you get to know each other. Everybody's kind of going through the same thing. They don't know it. The vulnerability, the lessons, the revelations. We are dope. It's not hate men, you know, on strike, you know, down with men. We love men, but that's not the problem. Every problem you got ain't a man. And if it is, it's the first one. It's the first one. It's daddy, okay? Daddy is we need to get right with daddy on a spiritual, mental, and physical level if we can. We need to get right. That's why I'm doing the intensive. It's $87. It only lasts to Friday. After that, it's $97 to the August 31st. After August 31st, it starts September 9th. It will be $147. Go get it. The next one's the relationship one. I'm going to do a little special on that one as well. I want to finish out the year. What I want, this is what Spirit is putting on my heart, is to get us to such a strong space that we only getting with the right people, that we only living in the right places, that we only having the right encounters. I keep hearing, you know, Reverend Ike and his son, Bishop Xavier, reminded me that you can go from success to success. You don't need failure all the time to win. You can go from success to success. Our ancient Kemites did it. Why can't we? There's one of the 42 laws of Ma'at that say, I will not lie. And I now realize it means lie to myself. Be honest with yourself. It's a card that I pulled today from the Oracle cards. I pulled it for the group, but God dang it, I pulled it, so it was for me too. Be honest with yourself. I will not lie to yourself. I will not steal, rob from yourself. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, queens. He ain't coming. Okay, so are we clear? He ain't coming? Oh, we are. I love y'all. You know I love y'all. You know, y'all, it's surprising me that 3 days in a row I'm doing this, right? But I got to follow Spirit. I got to follow Spirit. And I see, I mean, my intentions help me because I'm like, oh my God, like what do we are dynamic women. We have a calling. There's so much we're supposed to do. And we're sitting there going, but Jerome gonna come one day. Jerome ain't coming. He ain't coming, y'all. And it's okay. Let him be with somebody else that will love his boring ass. No, I'm only playing. I just had to put that in I'm just saying, like somebody will love them. Let somebody else love them. You you gotta get the love you need, okay? And yes, laugh and rejoice and think about how serious you've been and be like, you know what, girl, you was tripping. You was tripping. You don't need to trip like that. Go on and leave. Okay. All right. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Okay, I got some catching up to do. Okay. Oh, wow, this is good stuff. Okay. Yes. Yes. BB, good morning, teacher. Yes, good morning to you. Nona Gray says, hello, all. This was in my margin suggesting I check it out. Oh, I hope it worked for you, Nona. I hope you felt something out of it. BB says, speak, speak. Yes, BB says, right shoe, wrong fit. There you go, Queen. That's a beautiful way of putting it. That's a right shoe, wrong fit. Perfect, right? The shoe don't fit, but I liked it. It looked good. I thought I was going to buy it when I walked in, and then I put it on. It didn't fit. Love it. Bettina says, good morning, Queen. You're speaking the truth today. I say thank you, Bettina. Shirley Goodness says, thank you, thank you, thank you, affirmation. I felt it for long, but doubted myself. Me too, girl. Elizabeth said, I feel like I'm being abused emotionally. I don't mind leaving. I actually want to leave, but don't know where to go. That's right. I depended on this person financially, and now I'm stuck with no money saved. And let's talk about that. Hey, Joy Hughes, Spirit is moving, Queen. Thank you. Yes, I say. Mandisa says, I would love to know what are some of your favorite books or ones that were the most life-changing for you. Okay, I love to talk about that. I honestly don't know where to go. Yes, Elizabeth, I got you. Let's talk about that. BB says, speak, teacher, thank you. Elizabeth says, I don't have any money. Said, yes, a family to turn to. Okay, yes, because I'll tell you where to go. Yes, speak truth, says my aunt. Thank you. I caught alive. Yay, good morning. Hey, Alima, hi, how are you? Yvette, Elizabeth, go to a shelter. Come on, tell her, go to a shelter. Yes. BB says, right, laugh out loud. That's right, laugh out loud. Come on, y'all heard that last one. Celeste says, thank you. Yes. Asia says, good morning, good morning. Even if the truth is ugly, it's liberating. Yes, it is. Yes, Elizabeth, I agree with Yvette. Go to a shelter. Yes, come on, Queens, tell her. Plan your escape from gilded bird treatment. Yes, plan your escape. Because you know what? A lot of times, the idea is, I see you say you feel it. You know, you say, I want, Elizabeth, you say, I feel it. I'm ready to go, but I don't know where to go. I would definitely say, if it's really you're in a situation, you need to go to a shelter. But let me tell you where you leave first. When you ready up here, you're going to have to sit with your spirit. And you're going to have to say, Spirit, I am ready to move on, and I need your help. And that's when you're going to have to get quiet and start listening. Because a lot of times when we're in a situation, an abusive situation, the first thing that we've done, you can check this, is you probably shut spirit up. In other words, you shut intuition up. You closed the door, you stuffed her in the box, you put her in a drawer in the back, worse, in the closet on the top. And she's still sitting there waiting because we have to close down a lot in order not to hear that we're in a bad situation. So the first thing you got to reclaim is her because she's waiting for you. You got to pull her from that closet, out of that box, and release her and say, look, I'm going to sit in this park for 5 minutes. He's going to go to work. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to listen to you, and it's going to lead you to the right shelter. It's going to lead you to the right people that can actually help you. That's the first. Anytime, when I've been in one too, when I've been in an abusive relationship, the first thing that I could now say, that I could say for sure, is I shut her up. She kept coming, and I kept saying, you know what? I can't hear you right now. I love Jerome, or I need this man, or I need this situation. You don't. And I know it's hard because it's an emotional thing, right? It's an attachment, it's cords on a spiritual level. You cut them cords off and get quiet and watch you figure out a solution because you have it in you to do it. But definitely, if anybody's in an abusive relationship that is watching this, contact your local shelter, please. Because there's something for you. There's a lot of women that have healed in shelters and have found a renewed self. And that's something I would love to do. I would love to, this is the spirit, I would love to teach in a shelter to help women move forward in their lives from feeling like they're broken. Because a lot of times, like one of the queens said on the live stream, the real healing occurs when you're out of the house or you're away from the person. So you asked a great question, man. Nisa, I think you asked about how you move on, because I know that's like, woo. And you think you're ready, you move on, and he call. You be like, oh, Lord, did Jerome just call me? And you don't want to talk, but you do, and you fall back into the same trap. Remember, there were agreements you made. Abusive relationship, there's still two people agreeing. Even if one agrees to be abused and one agrees to be the abuser. There is a spiritual, sometimes unwritten, unspoken agreement that we're going to play this role. So that's why it's so hard not to play the role, because there was an agreement. So you got to go and say, I break this agreement between me and so forever. I move on easily and effortlessly. You have to break the agreement from a spiritual perspective. That's what you made. You made an agreement. And you played it, and he played it, y'all played it, and y'all did it, and it could have been a horrible agreement, it could have been an ugly agreement. You probably got the short end of the stick, but actually both of you do. If there's an abuser, there's an abuse, and both of them ain't winning. Because who wants to be either one of those? Neither one. They're equally terrible, equally bad. Don't look at it as that person's worse because he put his hands on me, or he's emotionally abusing me. It was an agreement. And if you can get clear about, oh, it was an agreement, and I have a right to say, I'm not down with this agreement anymore, because if you don't, you're going to run from him into somebody else. And it might not even be another man or lover or relationship. It could be a woman. It might be a negative boss or a negative landlord. Somebody showing up again. Cut those cords and those agreements and move forward. Books that I really changed my mind. I think One Day My Soul just opened up by Yala Van Zandt. Anything by Yala Van Zandt, I just can't remember all of them. That one stays on my mind a bit, even though I don't remember all of it. I just kind of do. But I know any of her books, Yala Van Zandt, her older books, I loved her books. They actually really changed me because I was young. I think I was 16, 17 when I read her first book. I was a youngster, and I loved the way she told the truth about herself. I like her a lot because I love her for that. I love that she's real. I mess up. I'm still healing. I still getting it right. I love her for that. Other books, metaphysical books, I love Queen of Four. Queen of Four. I think when you heal your body, a lot of times, a lot of our emotions are stuck in the foods that we're eating. In other words, it's stuck in our body. So anything that can flush you and cleanse you, it is a holistic change. Anything that's going to, so Queen of Four, y'all ever say, anything that's going to make me look at my whole self and understand why I'm staying in a relationship sometimes is because I'm eating the foods that actually are keeping me in the relationship. And that foods can actually flush out emotions as well. And I say Queen of Food because she really told me about I was always doing baths, but I didn't, and I loved them, but I didn't know I could do it in a spiritual way or be so connected spiritually. And I was, but I didn't know I was doing that. Other books that I could say changed my life, so many, like so many. Osho, Osho, a book called Tantra. Indian brother, love that book, love his way of being a way. Louise Hay, the white woman, You Could Heal My Life. I think her books are absolutely right on and amazing. Any books that talk about animal spirits, things that I could read. But the most thing I'm going to tell you was getting still and quiet, sitting in the sun, and spending a lot of time with myself. Time and space has also been my books in a lot of ways. I advise you, I'm going to invite you ladies to come into the next intensive. It's $87. It's called Healing Abandonment Issues. Because when we get with Jerome, and he ain't no good, and he ain't got no good for us, it's because we felt like we was no good, and we didn't have no good for ourselves. And when we don't heal a relationship with that first person that left, we will be looking for him every single place except for within our own self, because that's where it truly lies. I love you, ladies. I'll take a few more comments, and we're going to move on. BB says, speak, teacher. Yes, thank you. My girl, Cheyenne, the most beautiful girl in the world. Oh, thank you for this message. I was in tears all night. Oh, upset because I didn't want to feel the past so-called good memories. Oh, you go ahead, Queen. You go ahead. So-called. I love you for that, Cheyenne. Yvette, thank you for the love. Latin priest sister says, BD, leaving first starts inside, and then it becomes not so hard to make a move. No matter how physically hard it may be, I know I've been through the same. Yes, ma'am. All of us can relate. I read that. Yes. Oh, yeah, right. Good. My Aunt Ross says, yes, her books are wonderful. Give thanks. Yes, absolutely, says Cheyenne. BB says, truth. These books have healing power, sisters. Yes. Miguel Ruiz, The Four Agreements. BB, I agree with you so dang much. Osho books are mind-blowing. Aren't they amazing, Monique? Love his books. Cheyenne says, hallelujah to the time and space. Yes. I kept praying that I love myself more than the feeling I feel I need to fulfill. Yes, ma'am. And Cheyenne, if you ain't watching from the beginning, make sure you do, because I think you're going to get a lot out of this. Beautiful messages. Thank you, ladies. Y'all, I'm definitely working on the building. That's me. And the sisters, though, I'm telling you, Cheyenne on purpose, who's here now, she's in the group. And Cheyenne, I listened to something you put on the live stream on the group, and spirit just this, you inspired this, you, Cheyenne, inspired this a live stream today, and I didn't even know that until I saw your name and I remembered. We can inspire each other. If I had an answer for every last one of you, I'd give it to you. But come in and get the love from the group. We got this, y'all, and it ain't no hate. It ain't no hate. I think women gotta have a woman space and a woman place, so that we could actually heal together and with each other. We can do it, and it's important. But he ain't coming. You are it. And once you become it and know it, everything you ever wanted is coming. There's no easy cut, no shortcut, no easy route to yourself. And it definitely ain't through nobody else. If he tell you what he is, that's who he is, and it's okay. Now you got a choice. Let's break agreements and let's move forward in love and laughter and joy. The book Conversation with God, another great book. I read all of them, and I love those books by Neil Donald Walsh. Very good books. I love Conversation with God. Beautiful. Yes, love. All right, ladies. I'm going to, if you've got anything out that you want to share, please do. And also, I'm going to leave the link to the next intensive for $87. I got it till Friday, so I want you to be there. I'm going to leave that link to that intensive, and I hope to see you there. And I hope you take advantage of the special, because it's going to be powerful, just like the one we're going through now. Very powerful. Started already, so that one's closed. Ancient Beauty Rituals. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the amount of people on. I love you with all my heart. This is Lisa Marie Goodson of the Blackberry Beauty Transformative Academy. Ancient African wisdom for the modern sister. You're very welcome, Queen. Peace and blessings.